I understand if you can't answer this question, but damn it, I'm going to ask anyway. Is there a fight that Dana White wants to see in the UFC above all else in 2025?
So I get asked this every year. And this year, it would be Aspinall Jones. That's the biggest fight in heavyweight history. And at the end of the day, what my job is to give the fans what they want. And that's what the fans want.
John Jones is probably watching this, so send him a message.
Hello, John. I have nothing against you personally, but I just think I'm better than you. I just know that I can beat you in a fight. So I'm coming for it.
If I'm being completely honest, I feel like Tom's been such an that I don't want to do business with him. You know, it's just like his fans have been so annoying. And obviously you don't get this far in a career being affected by fans or whatnot, but he's just
Aspinall's one of the fastest heavyweights. He might be the fastest heavyweight in the history of the sport. All of his fights, like all together, he's fought like 10 minutes.
Would you guarantee 100% we see that fight?
Yeah. I'll say 100%.
In a recent press conference following UFC Tampa, Dana White formally announced that the highly anticipated bout between Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones will 100% occur in 2025. The fans have praised this move. Dana White stated that he will ensure that the Jones vs. Aspinall bout takes place in 2025, claiming that it will be a huge fan favorite and break all previous records. When a reporter asked Dana White how many possibilities there are of this bout happening, he stated, "I think it's probably the biggest fight in heavyweight history, and it's a massive fight in the history of the company too." Although Dana White has alluded to this fight,
Would you guarantee 100% we see that fight?
Yeah. I'll say 100%.
Thank you.
Yeah.
every year, Dana White claims to have at least one possible fight in mind. In 2025, he plans to schedule a fight between Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones, which he believes will rank among the greatest in MMA history. He feels obligated to make those fights happen because the fans are interested in them, and at the moment, they want Aspinall versus Jones.
Jon Jones fights and beats Stipe. If he wins, I think he fights Aspinall.
During his most recent podcast with Baylor, Joe Rogan also shared his thoughts on this fight. Muhammad Rogan thinks that these two outstanding fighters will engage in an epic battle. According to Rogan, Aspinall will have to put in a lot of effort to defeat a man as powerful and skilled as Jon Jones.
I understand if you can't answer this question, but damn it, I'm going to ask anyway. Is there a fight that Dana White wants to see in the UFC above all else in 2025?
So I get asked this every year. And this year, it would be Aspinall Jones. That's the biggest fight in heavyweight history. And at the end of the day, what my job is to give the fans what they want, and that's what...
Moreover, Joe Rogan commended Tom Aspinall's fighting prowess, stating that he is now the fastest fighter in the MMA world. He has quick reflexes and changes tactics in the second round to demonstrate his capabilities and take down his opponents. Rogan says he has never seen a heavyweight class competitor with Aspinall's pace and thinks it is
a bit of a problem for him, right? Because he has not been tested in that way. And, you know, you're getting up to elite status where you're calling out Jon Jones.
Yeah.
Right? That's the boogeyman. Like, Jon Jones is the boogeyman. And maybe he hasn't died, but he's probably knocked on the door a couple of times. Like, what's going on, Death? You in there?
Joe Rogan also predicted the battle, saying it would be difficult for him to choose between the two extremely skilled fighters since one is quick and the other has a lot of punching power. Rogan claimed that both Aspinall and Jones could knock anyone down.
Question with Aspinall. What happens with Aspinall in the second round? All of his fights, like all together, he's fought like 10 minutes. Aspinall's one of the fastest heavyweights. He might be the fastest heavyweight in the history of the sport. Look how fast he moves in. That guy's so fast. He moves like a 175-pounder. Incredible stand-up, knocks guys out with one punch, black belt in jiu-jitsu.
After the first round, Joe Rogan commended Tom Aspinall, but was unsure whether to choose because both were excellent. In another podcast, Joe Rogan went on to describe Aspinall's fighting style, saying that it is really harsh and that he turns into a beast. Fighters in the meantime, Tom Aspinall responded to Dana White's announcement of his fight with Jon Jones by saying he wanted to speak with Dana White for a possible negotiation, but the CEO stated that since this is the biggest fight of the season, it will happen no matter what.
Prediction if it happens.
It's hard to bet against Jon. You're getting just laced up with elbows where your head's bleeding. He's going to slowly dismantle you and find a way to submit you. can he do that with a guy like Aspinall, who's a legit 255-pound natural who moves like he's 80 pounds lighter?
Tom Aspinall also made fun of Dana White and Jon Jones in a recent interview. Dana White is frequently made fun of with memes about his relationship with Jon Jones, and Tom took full advantage of this to make light of their relationship and say something that might incite the MMA community.
I had a meeting with Dana. So in all honesty, I was expecting him to come and we maybe negotiate a little bit, and he literally walked into the room and said, "It's happening." And I said, "Well, he's going to want loads of money." And he said, "I know, but it's happening." And he said, "It's going to be the biggest fight in UFC history." So
does that mean Jon Jones has agreed?
I don't know what in all honesty, Jon Jones is like, nobody knows what he's doing, even the UFC. So I don't know.
He says he wants fuck you money. I imagine Dana will pay him fuck you money, won't he?
I would imagine so. I mean, I can't.
The current interim UFC heavyweight champion was also looking confident when he challenged Jon Jones for the fight. Aspin stated that he has no problems with Jones, but that he wants to prove that he is better than him, which is why he wants to face him in the cage. These words may have upset Jones, but he hasn't responded. Aspin wants to hype the fight, so he's saying this.
You, Jon, and Dana go into a room together. Who leaves first?
Depends what's going on in there, doesn't it? Depends what's going on, what they're up to, Dana and Jon. Because I might leave if them two are up to something. I don't know. It's a bit of a strange question. I'm not sure.
Looking irritated by Tom Asp's actions, Jon Jones declared he didn't want to fight him because he was too bothersome. Jones also seems to be annoyed by Aspin's supporters and annoyed by Aspin's demeanor. He believes Tom has been a little immature, and this annoys him a lot.
Jones is probably watching this, so send him a message.
Hello, Jon. I have nothing against you personally, but I just think I'm better than you. I just know that I can beat you in a fight. So I'm coming for it.
Even though Jon Jones may not want Tom Aspin, he will have little choice but to comply with the Federation's requests if the UFC has decided to go ahead with the fight. When Jon Jones learned of his fight with Tom Aspin, he was shocked.
Being completely honest, I feel like Tom's been such an that I don't want to do business with him. You know, it's just like his fans have been so annoying, and obviously you don't get this far in a career being affected by fans or whatnot, but he's just, you know, with his you know, he's 30, so he's from this influencer generation where you hop online and the t-shirt sales and all that. I'm past that type of stuff. I'm like, bro, if you had a little bit more respect, then maybe we could have worked something out, you know, but I just don't even want to do business with.
Even though both Jon Jones and Alex Pereira desired to fight in the cage, they respected and valued one another much. Thus, Alex Pereira had his say in this epic clash and supported Jon Jones' experience. Aspin is also a fantastic fighter, according to Pereira, but he will value experience above talent. Some people